Right, ladies and gents, thanks for joining. Sorry about the late start. I've just been having some internet issues today. It's been fine all day, and then 10 minutes before I'm due to stream, it starts having dropouts. So hopefully we'll be absolutely fine. I'm just going to mute you a second so I can check my volume. Yeah, can hear myself, which is either a blessing or a curse, depending on your outlook on life. Right. I'm gonna get the link shared out so that we can get some viewers into this house. Burnt Fry, how you doing? We're now live for the Power MaXed season opener. Ponds hatch. And I'll run you through what we're in for. In layman's terms, what you're going to be watching today is a sort of cut and paste version. 1 minute. Yeah, basically a cut and paste version of the NGR VW Cup that we ran last season. What sort of happened in the off season is that Next Gen Racing have acquired some sponsorship from Power MaXed. So they've kindly sort of backed this. They've done the same thing across multiple platforms. What I will do when I've published the video, I'll stick links in the description below to some pages and stuff. And they've got some iRacing Audi TCR tournaments. I watched them the other day; it was quite fun. So yeah, go and check them out and give them some support. And yeah, we'll be doing this every Thursday. Just waiting on a few people to arrive. I'm just getting the link sent out just so I can get some viewers into this, and then we'll run you through it. So it's going to be quite a short stream. You're not going to be sat here for too long. We're going to be in for 10-minute qualifying. You can probably see it on the screen, to be fair. 10-minute qualifier and a 20-minute race, so it's not going to be too epic. So it should be a nice, easy, casual watch. It's what I like about this. You don't have to dedicate gazillions amounts of time to it. You can literally just sit down and watch, and it's nice and easy. Right. There are 2 lobbies tonight, so if the driver you like isn't hanging around in this lobby, then you might be in the other one. And again, there will be a link to that stream in the description below, so you can go and watch that as well. So a lot of new drivers to this. This has attracted a lot of attention, and we're doing a season opener at Brands Hatch. Nice compact circuit. This will encourage a lot of very close racing, I guess, because it's not a lot of track to go around. Let's run you through the drivers very quickly. I've got CMW Motorsport. This is just a free practice session. So I've got let me get my list up. Give me a second, because one of the organisers was very kind to send me a list of everyone who's here and what they're doing with us. So the car you see in front of you, yeah, CMW Motorsport. So all these Megane trophies, he's in the Geisen liveried one, and they've all got individual liveries for individual sponsors. So he's in that car. Then we've got Conrad Racing, the Joyce Design car, number 48. We know Conrad from last time. We know Burnt Fry as well. We've seen him plenty of times. Probably a hot favourite for doing well here. He's in the Sales I car. Anthony Hunt. So again, we've seen Hunty before. We know him very well on this channel. He's in the Mastervolt 120 car. Pav 46 in the fast car, obviously number 46 for Pav. We know him last season in the Siroccos, he did very well. P-Gib 92. Just waiting for a better camera angle to see what car P-Gib's in. Steel seal. Wonderful. So that's his motor for today, the number 28. We've got Bruce Lee Harding in the house as well. Won't miss Bruce. He's in the bright green car. Just put a second time in as well. So he's quite quick. Is our Bruce. So he is in the Dread car. Portugal Dons. We've seen Portugal Don on here before. Can't remember what race he's from though, but he certainly rings a bell to me. He's in the Zerko Tech 42 car. Chris Cross in the house as well. Currently 7th in practice standings at the minute, just 4 tenths off the top time, so very close. He's also in the Zerko Tech Rivering car. Swargy 98, and the Garage Floor Tile Company in the 98 car as well. And James Tyrewall then. So he's in the Amshire car. Now I'm going to struggle with this name, so I'll need to find out his real name, in fairness, because I ain't pronouncing that, but I'm sure we'll get around it somehow. We've got Apex Predator in the Works 22 car. And the last but not least is JPH, who's actually in the Power MaXed livery car. You can't really see it very well from where we are now. We are just waiting for qualifying to get underway. We've had a driver just enter the room. So if you're watching the stream, please say hello down below. I am now going to start watching the chat. I haven't been up to now. JPH99, hello. Wace, are you with this one? Are you that guy? If so, can you tell me how to pronounce your name properly, please? That would be great. I'm just going to go Wace for now. He's in the Tang Tools livery car, number 20. Yeah, JPH has already beat me to it. Wace, thank you. Right, so quali underway. So while we're waiting for quali to load, there was a little bit of talk about this earlier on in the day, but one of the things I really like about this series is that it is an evener. And what I mean by that is that they're on the same cars, they've all got the same tyres, they don't have any sort of additional fuel weight or anything like that. They've all got the same machinery and ability to get the same out of the cars, which is purely down to driver talent. So the best driver will be the one who wins, without a shadow of a doubt. So qualifying underway, some cars heading out to make their outlaps right this second. Just see some stream out the pits, there we go. So, as we just stick with Wace, he's been the first one to escape. We saw him practice low 44s are a decent time for pole. They've got 10 minutes, they haven't got to worry about strategy for qualifying is probably the best way of putting it, and what I mean by that is they don't necessarily have to think about burning off fuel. They don't have to worry about burning off fuel or anything like that. They can just hot lap for 10 minutes, and at the end of that 10 minutes we will have our fastest driver. James Tyrewall at the minute, he's only just leaving the pit, so he's going to be a lap down on everyone else in terms of what he's done. Drivers just starting their outlaps now. We're going to get the first time from Wace in about 20 odd seconds time. In terms of slipstream, it's kind of counterintuitive. There is a little bit of aero on these cars. I'd say a little bit of aero is a massive wing on the back of it. So that will play into the hands of people for slipstream, but it will also throw a little bit of dirty air off the back of the car as well. I've run the same car in a different championship and can confirm that happens. So we'll see what times come in first. They'll come in too fast for me to possibly commentate, so I will I'll just fly through them as they do. Apex Predator with a very early 44.8. So it's a good time to be putting on the board straight away. Burnt Fry goes second. 44.9 for CMW Motorsports. That's a good time for him. That puts him third on the grid as we stand. Most of the drivers chucking in 45-second lap times, but very close the entire field, as we can see from the get-go. The only one we haven't seen set a time yet, or has he set a time, is James Tyrewell. So he's going to be the last driver, to set a time. I think, yeah, Portugal Don's set a time. His race does improve. So the way GT Sport works, it will only give you the time in the bottom left corner if they improve that time. So they will only pop up if they've improved. Right, so we're just going to see times coming thick and fast over this session. I think it will stream in for the first few minutes, and then as drivers sort of struggle to get those last few hundredths of a second out of the car, it will slowly eep off a little bit. What we'll do, we'll just jump on board with Apex Predator for a lap at Brands Hatch Indy. Quite a simple circuit to get your head around, but quite a weirdly technical one as well. So your start finish straight is banked, so you've got to take that into consideration when you start. You've got to brake wide, get in for a nice early apex and use the curb to drag the car along. You can run the exit curb a little bit, but just be careful not to go agricultural. You want to tuck yourself in to the apex. Apex Predator's actually gone a little bit off that there then, but he's still setting purple sector times. Run these curves as much as possible for the ultimate lap time. But again, just being very careful not to overstep the mark. He's getting his braking spot on. That we're going to be my next point. It's very hard to pick out a braking point there. Coming into what is the Clark curve and back down the start finish straight again for another lap. He's on a 44.8 at the minute, 44.7, so just shoves 800ths of a second off his best at the minute, and he's 2 tenths clear of Pav. Pav is getting a little bit of slipstream down the start finish straight from Portugal Don, so we'll see if Pav can improve. It's not an improvement for Pav, I'm afraid, just a tenth slower than he's ever gone. Anthony Hunt just set a 45 dead, currently good enough for 6 at the minute. CMW Motorsport though with a 44.6. That's a great lap from CMW Motorsport. That is going to put him up into pole position straight away. Can Apex Predator do anything about that? He's just coming down to start finish straight now. It is going to be 44.6, so he improves on his time, just 600ths of a second between the top two. Let's see where Mr. Tyrewell came out. At the minute, he's 14th. JPX99 is last, but a second off the top time. Let's get the chat back up. Cliche, thanks for jumping in, mate. Appreciate your support to the stream as always. I'm going to have to get myself into hooligans at some point because Smoker keeps telling me about it. So what you've joined us for is the MaXed Renault Megane Trophy, run by Next Gen Racing, sponsored by Max Racing. So a number of rounds over the coming season to crown the ultimate driver champion. When I say that, I mean that they're all given the equal opportunity to smash a good job in on this one. So our current pole sitter then, 4 minutes remain of this qualifying session is CMW Motorsport. Apex Predator currently on the first row of the grid with him. That has demoted Pav 46 to third, but he's accompanied very closely by Burnt Fry, who's in fourth. Conrod Racing fifth at the minute, so a lot of familiar names at the top. Anthony Hunt was at 45 dead in 6 as it stands, but very close between Conrad Hunty and Swargy 98, who are all within a couple of hundredths of each other, it has to be said, so this could go anywhere yet. Wace, he is exactly half a second off the leading time, so he's got 45.6 in the bag. He's improving as we stand as well. Portugal Don 9th for the time. Chris Cross off-roading at the minute. Chris Cross, that's not going to do his lap time any good. He's in 10th as it stands. The Les is someone we know is exceptionally fast, so we know it's a very competitive field of drivers if someone like the Les is in 10th. P-Gib 92, 12th for P-Gib at the minute. Bruce Lee Harding 13th for Bruce. James Tyrewall 14th at the minute, and JPH is 15th. Just seen a time come in by Wace, 44.9. That's good enough for 5th, so that puts him up above Conrad Racing. So as it stands, he's going to start on the 3rd row of the grid. Really interrupting this midfield fight that's going on. Even in qualifying, these guys are scrapping out. There's literally a couple of hundreds of seconds between them all. So it's very close in this lobby at the minute. JPH does improve his time. Is that good enough to get him off the bottom? It is. That's JPH up to 13th now. Unfortunately, Pete Gibb ahead of him's just lost control of his car. Very easy to do, as we can see. If you just run turn 1 a little bit wide, catch the back wheels on there, it spins the car around. These Megane trophies are a little bit unpredictable. Oh, the Les, look at the Les's time. That's a 44.7. That's an absolutely brilliant time from the Les. Burnt Fry also chucks in a 44.8 to leapfrog Pav. So some good times coming in at the end then. Yeah, as I was saying with these Meganes, they take a special type of driving. You have to be on it when you're driving these things. As you see, Burnt Fry drifterooning in it there. The Les then, after pretty much dominating the VW Cup last season, will be looking to put a good performance in the Meganes. Swaggy 98 set a good time as well, 44.9. Doesn't look like it's good enough for him to get past Conrad, but it does demote Hunty down to 9th place. So can Hunty do anything about that lap? No, he can't. But looking at Hunty, he's just looking to maximise the track limits as much as possible, just testing the limits of that car. So I've said the top 10 separated by half a second. That's not a lot of time. So it's very, very competitive at the minute, especially qualifying. It's got 53 seconds of this session remaining. It will then automatically, as ABC Apex Predator improve, it's not good enough to get past CMW Motorsport right now. I think these guys at the top are right on the ragged edge of what's acceptable. We will jump straight into the 20-minute race. So we're going to get a confirmation of the qualifying results flash up on screen. Pav 46 chucks in a 44.9. So again, that just closes the gap between him and Burt Fry even more. So most drivers then will be starting their last lap very shortly. Can Apex Predator? No, he can't. I'm afraid that's Apex Predator not going to be able to improve his time in qualifying, but he does the right thing, just stays off the track while people are finishing the laps. So let's see if the Les, who is typically a very good qualifier, can improve his qualifying position. So he of course is 1.5 temps off. Oh, Hunty chucks on a 44.9. What a result from Hunty. The Les isn't able to improve, but Hunty right there at the depth, just literally 0.02 of a second faster than Pav's time, puts him on the 3rd row of the grid to start with. So great qualifying performance from Hunty in the 120 car, the Mastervolt Megane. But honours go to the 74, the Geisen livered CMW Motorsport car, who will start in pole for this one. Apex Predator then, 2nd on the grid in the Works 22 car. There's the complete classification of qualifying for you. As you can see, everyone within, I think it's in like the top 12 then, within 600 of a second, I think, something like that, or 6 temps. Right, so underway then. Really tight JPH. It's evening Petri, thanks for tuning in. You're supporting Hunty, are you? We will no doubt cover him in the race. If his racecraft's any good as his qualifying was, then mate is in for a good start. Watch at the start for cars sort of veering uphill a little bit. So away we go there. See exactly what I mean. That is a characteristic of Brands Hatch. Apex Predator then jumps the lead. CMW Motorsport already lost 1 position. He's got Burnt Fry breathing down his neck as well, but it looks like everyone's made a clean getaway. no issues from the start. I have just heard a car off, so we've replay marked it. We may just go back and have a look at that and see what happened. So as it stands then, all cars getting away well. Very close field at the start, of course. That was Hunty that was off at the start. Hunty's all the way down in 15th place. We'll go back and check out on him. At the meanwhile, right at the top of the field, Apex Predator leads away to CMW Motorsport. He's got Burntfly hot in pursuit. Burntfly and Turner's got the Les and Pav 46. And there's a little bit of a gap, 2 seconds back to Conrad Racing, who's in a little bit of a pack at the minute. Looks like there's a move going on here. Conrad Racing's got himself past Swargy. Conrad and Swargy very close together. Some cars behind them very close as well. Portugal Don and Chris Cross close as well. Let's just quickly review what happened to Hunty. I know you're probably sat in your car at the minute pretending I'm not doing this, but we're going to see what happened to Hunty. So he was in 6th. And that just seemed like internet lag to me. It did just seem like internet lag. That can and will happen in times such as this. So, guys starting the 3rd lap then already. Top 5 well and truly breaking away from the pack. This gap between Pav and Conrad Racing is only extending. The longer Conrad and Swargy fight, the bigger that gap gets, but they are fighting up ahead. Pav, Burntfly and the Les in a bit of a squabble for that last podium position. It's too early in the race, boys, to be scrapping like this. You need to settle your differences and just work it out. Everyone's sort of line astern then at this stage of the race. So let's try and pick up some key battles, see what's going on. So as it stands then, number 1 car, a 22 Works Megane, driven by Apex Predator. Second, CMW Motorsport, Dyson 74 car. Those two starting to lead away now to Burntfly. Burntfly running 3rd at the minute, leading a little bit of a pack away in the sales car. Pav 46 in a little bit of a sandwich is Pav 46 in the fast car Megane. The Les just clinging onto the back of that train at the minute. He's in the Adrian Flux 13 car. Hopefully 13 is not an unlucky number for Pav. Conrad Racing then, the Just Design 48 car, he's really reeling that pack ahead in. That was 2 seconds a lap or so ago. It's now down to 1.1. So I think these guys realised that working together is probably the best way. Conrad goes very wide out of turn 1. Unfortunately, there is a bit of an incident here. Conrad just stops his car. No, there's absolute mayhem, I'm afraid. So that's going to put Wace up to 6th. Wace, who was very frustrated after qualifying. He's driving in the 10 Tools number 20 car today. I just remember him saying he was frustrated after qualifying, wanted to get into the 44s, believed he could. That can sometimes happen in qualifying. You just can't string a perfect lap together like you can do in practice. He's now got a chance to reel some good points in because he's got a bit of a gap to Portugal Don. Portugal Don's driving the Zerco 42 car today, closely followed by what looks to be another Zerco car, driven by Chris Cross 212. Bruce Lee Harding then in 9th. He didn't have a great qualifying session, Bruce Lee Harding, but he's kept his nose clean in the race so far. Dread car. James Tyrewall then, you remember JPX99 got it all wrong there. We'll go back and have a look at that. I'll just finish off what I was saying about James Tyrewall. Got out late for qualifying. He's in the amateur Megane. Hunty, who we'll remember didn't get a great start. He's in the Mastervolt car. Had some issues at the start. Couldn't quite tell you what those issues were, to be precise, but he's up to 11th now. P-Gib 92 in the Steel Seal car. He's running 12th as it stands. Swargy 98, 13th at the minute. He's driving the Garage Floor Tile Company car. Conrad Racing, after that incident, Joyce Design 48 car, he'll be hoping he can recover his race, and JPH 99 in the Power Max Racing 16 car will be after. What happened to JPH? I have a theory he just clipped the grass. Yeah, you just clip the grass, I'm afraid, and that's sent the car round. That's the danger of these Megane. So the Les is up to third. As we were missing out, Wace has really got on the back of this train. And this is a view from Wace's car. I can't remember where he started, Wace, but he didn't have a fantastic starting position. It was pretty far down the order, and he's found himself in 6th just by keeping his nose clean. So just by having some good racecraft about him, he's got himself up to 6th place. As we now find ourselves a quarter of a way into the race. And he seemed confident that he can put a good performance in. So if Wace can stay with this pack and even start making some moves on them, then I've absolutely no doubt that we can start seeing him climb the order. Right, what else is going on? Let's check in with Portugal Don. He's leading away. Another little pack is Portugal Don. And considering Chris Cross and Bruce Lee Harding further down the line, just saw Hunty make a nice little move up the inside of Druid, but I don't. Oh, he has got it finished up. Let's just go and have another quick look at that back. So Hunty was in 11th. Just goes up the inside of James Tyrewall. In fairness, James didn't really fight that. See Smoggy's got past him as well. What has happened to Burntfry? Let's see if we can see what happened to Burntfry here. Yeah, he just lost it on the grass as well, did Burntfry. So lots of drivers making little mistakes. We just saw Hunty there getting overtaken by Swoggy on the timing screen. So battles all over the field in this one. This is very close. So this pack here led away by Burntfry. But there's a lot of very fast drivers in there wanting to make it through as well. Meanwhile, at the top of the field, Apex Predator and CMW Motorsport just kind of in a class of their own now. They're not far off lapping people, these guys. That's the sort of performance they're putting in. If they carry on with the pace they're in, they will be lapping last place. So at the minute, those two hold a 5-second lead over third place. The Adrian Flux 13 car of the Les has had a great race so far. Finds himself in 3rd now. So the Les is having a great outing. Pav 46, good racecraft from Pav so far. Sees him in 4th. He's been very consistent this race and has always been in with a shout. Wace finds himself in 5th. Again, like I said a lap or two ago, he wasn't really in the running at the start of the race, but just through good racecraft, that's where he finds himself. Portugal Don still leading that little pack away. Burntfry still leading his pack as well. Doesn't look like there's any immediate danger of any overtakes with those guys. And JPH, who does find himself at the back of the order now, 28 seconds adrift for the leader. Will probably be kicking himself a little bit. We know JPH is capable of a really good performance. He's quite an accomplished racer, is JPH, so he'll be hoping that future rounds hold better luck for him. This race isn't over, but he does need a Herculean performance in order to climb off the bottom of the grid. So let's just focus on this battle for 3rd for a minute. Just see what happens between the Les and Pav. So we've reached the point in the race now where things just settle down a little bit. This happened every week with the Siroccos, and it's gonna happen again with this. It's happened quite late with this one. Oh no! Just as that curse of the commentator, the Les just loses the back end of that Megane. Like we've seen 4 or 5 of us do the exact same thing. The Les needs to be back up to full speed. Does just sort of stay out of the way initially in case the drivers behind want to make a move, but he managed to get to the apex in time. Very unfortunate for the Les. Again, you'll remember we just saw his back wheel make contact with the grass on the exit of Graham Hill, and because these Meganes are rear-wheel drive, they're quite light for a race car, a brum race car. Yeah, he just touched the grass and off it went. You've got far too much momentum. You're going downhill. Graham Hill is slightly off camera as well. So anything that can push the car further and further away from you, it will do just that. So the top two, I am afraid, gentlemen, you're not getting too much coverage today. You are too fast. Further extending their lead above third place now, which is now occupied by Pav 46. So Pav, who just by purely keeping his nose clean and chucking in the laps consistently, finds himself in third, mostly because of other people's mistakes. But he wouldn't be there if his racecraft wasn't where it is. Waste, same for him. The Les hasn't lost too much. He's lost one place, but a lot of time. So he's kind of fortunate in that he wasn't. That happened at that point in the race, and it wasn't too early on. We'll see one car there going proper off-roading. That was Portugal Don. He managed to keep it though. He's going to have dirty tyres for half a lap or so, but he managed to keep it. Bruce Lee Harding's going to be in position to make an overtake now. Just heard the Les again, so we'll see what happens to the Les. So did the back end just go out on him? So again, just the back end of that car turns around on you. And I can attest to this being real life stuff. That's exactly what happens with this Conrad race. He just shuts the door on the Les there going into Drury's, but the Les had enough of his car through in order to force the issue. Good move from the Les. He's now looking to make a move on Mr. Tyre Wall. Went too far up. So the Les, who was running in third at one stage of the race, now finds himself down in 9th and even 10th as Conrad Racing just pushes the issue again and gets past him. So Conrad and the Les having a little bit of a scuffle. The Les, I knew he was going to try, that's why I stayed in this camera view, because I saw that happening. The Les was always going to throw it up the inside there. That's cost the Les a little bit of time though, and he has just about managed to get a defence for his 9th position done. Thanks James for letting us run on the back of your car. There is literally nothing to report at the top, I'm afraid. These boys are just lapping. Just one thing about Apex Predator and CMW, there's been a second between them the entire race. They've not stopped with their consistency. So James Tyrwell now has the Les to worry about. That's chicken on everyone else. Conrad racing down to 11th, so he's on a shocker of a lap. Oh no, he's lost the back end. That's going to cost him a position. P. Gibb gets past, but P. Gibb actually slows up. I think P. Gibb felt a little bit guilty about the contact there and just packed out of it, which is great sportsmanship. That's what we like to see. Bertwright up to 11th. He'll be hoping for better results in the future, no doubt. So will this man, to be fair, Mr. Hunt. We know Hunt is a very capable guy, sorry. 14th is a representative of him for me. Evening, Dave Lewis, how you doing, mate? Mr. Pickles, should I say. So, what's going on here? Oh, the Les, what's happened to the Les? Down in 9th. So the Les is having a torrid time in the midfield. He's been really struggling to get through the pack. Not too sure what happened for him. He was running up in like 7th at one point, but now he finds himself all the way down in 9th. So because it is such a tight and twisted track, it's actually really difficult to keep up with all the action. Please don't think I'm some sort of martyr. That is not what I'm making myself out to be at all. It's just I will invariably miss things as we're going through the action. As you see that, Portugal Don and Bruce Lee Harding having a really good fight here for 5th. Oh, very close. Lots of space given between these guys. I'll give them credit for it. They're giving each other plenty of space and room to manoeuvre about. Swag is also looking to get involved in that. Portugal Don at the minute just about managing to hold off the attention of Bruce Lee Harding. As you we're going to start our 21st lap. Just 4.5 minutes of this one remains. We're nearly done, ladies and gentlemen. The Zerko Tech 42 car at the minute is just about holding off a swarm. Bruce Lee Harding dips the insides, we got to Druids, but he didn't look close enough, so Portugal Don just able to shut that door. He has had to sacrifice a little bit of braking, but he's going to have a better exit. Lovely driving from Portugal Don. Just about manages to hold it on the exit of Graham Bend as well. James Tyrwell, Bert Fry and Chris Cross in a battle for 8th. So there's a horde of cars here. There's 6 cars, did I count? 6 cars could potentially have 8th place. We're going into the final laps of the race. So at the minute James Tyrwell is just managed to hold this pack off. Burnt Fry and Chris Cross very close as well. Cheers, cliche. Thanks, mate. So James just got his braking a little bit late there. That's going to let Burnt Fry up into 8th. Just had a Great Mill Bend. Isn't an overtaking spot, I'm afraid, Burnt Fry, so he does just have to sort of get out of that one, but he's going to be in a good place now. A little bit of contact there. Burnt Fry's car got all out of shape. Again, I think the car that made the contact just backed out. James Tyrwell again got a pretty poor entry to the corner, but he holds it really well on exit. The car looked all over the shop at one point, but he held it together really nicely, so he's holding on to 8th place at the minute, but he's coming under the increasing attentions of Burnt Fry. Now going to have the insiders. We've got Druids. Is Burnt Fry going to make a move? He is. Needs a good exit though, so he can tuck into the inside for going up. Ben he can. Wonderful driving there from those two guys. They kept it nice and clean. Let's check in. Pav and Waste still very close together with these guys. So the battle for 3rd is by no means finished yet. The top 2 I can see on the screen, a little bit more of a gap between these guys, 1.7 seconds now. Apex Predator is still leading the race. It's coming up on back markers now. CMW Motorsport doing a fantastic job in 2nd place. Exceptional consistency from these guys. Swargy finds himself in 5th. Be a good result for these guys. A lot of drivers are out of position through mistakes, but that's racing, I'm afraid, gentlemen. Burnt Fry after getting past James Tyrwell, and Burnt Fry looks like he's going off-roading, yeah. Sort of leaves these guys with a little bit of a fight. Conrad racing now, running with pressure from Chris Cross. The Zerko Tech car, Chris Cross just about gets the car in. The Joyce Designs Megane's going to struggle to defend that one on the outside, especially given the next corner is a left-hander as well. It's cut away there, I thought I heard something. Yeah, so that's put Conrad Racing unfortunately down to 11th place. He's going to go straight back for it again for moving Druids, the Les up to 12th. The Les and Anthony Hunt going for a little bit of a battle. So Les does manage to get past him. Got P. Gibb92 14th and JPH. So JPH is caught up to other cars, which is great to see. Right then, Apex Predator comes around to start his last lap now, so we're going to have 27 laps in this one done. CMW Motorsport 2.1 seconds behind, Pav 46 and Waste relatively close together still. These guys are going to see this one out quite closely. Swargy's pretty much got 5th sealed up. Portugal Don and Bruce Lee Harding relatively close together as well, so 6 by no means is settled. They might not make it across the line either. Let's have a look. So it's a 20-minute race. So yeah, Portugal Don and Bruce Lee Harding have finished. Burnt Fry brings home 8th. Good recovery from Burnt Fry. Then we've got James Tyrwell, Chris Cross, Conrad Racing, the Les, Anthony Hunt, P. Gibb and JPH round off your grid. Apex Predators won the race then. First place for Apex Predators, CMW Motorsport. Second place, great race for the top two. PAV 46 will be chuffed with this result. Third place on the opening Megane Trophy race brings home fourth, and then our last official finisher, so the person who's been driving the longest to this one, Swargy98, he'll be really chuffed with this result. A fifth place for him, based on his qualifying position at least, is quite a few places up, so well done to him. So your winner then, the Works 22 car driven by Apex Predator. You'll see him here collecting his esteemed trophy. So he's just got a good start and finished it off really. So a great race there. Thank you very much for tuning in. It was a silly mistake. John Green, thank you. It was a blinding race, absolutely blinding. Really close. Qualifying was, I think, the top 12. I'd have to go back and check, but I know the top 10 were half a second. And yeah, Brands Hatch, there just wasn't a lot of space for cars, so you know what I mean by that is you just gotta get tons of little cars. It's like touring cars, mate. Brilliant. Really good to watch. But yeah, JPH, we've all made that mistake. We've all done that. There is no person on this planet. I'm just going to save the replay so I can get a thumbnail. There is no person on this planet who hasn't made a mistake there, I'm afraid. Apex Predator, well done to you, my friend. So congratulations to you for your first win. Next week, I believe we head over to Kyoto. So Kyoto is a fictional circuit in the GT Sport environment, but isn't it? We've raced the Siroccos there, and it was really interesting. So that's going to be the Yamagiwa circuit, I think. Yeah, that's the next one. Checking on the comments. JPH, if you're still watching, right, and I might need a favour off you. I'll send you a little inbox just for the thumbnail. I need something. I'll try and get it online first, actually, but you might be a man that can help me out with this one. Yeah, so unlucky racing for some. There are certainly people in there that I will be watching for in future races. Burntfly, one of them, but we know I give him a lot of grief on my streams, but he's a good racer, so watch out for him in future races. The Les, unlucky, obviously had that incident. He's definitely someone who can mix it up at the top. Hunty had an unlucky incident at the start of the race, so we know he can mix it up as well. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes on in future races. PAV 46, solid race for PAV, but he's a potential race winner as well. So yeah, lots of people in here that can certainly mix it up. The midfield fight, as always, was excellent. I will just do a final comment sweep and check this over, and then I'll do it. Yeah, that's all. Right. Well, thank you very much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, join us next week. I will be chucking some links in the description below. I'll refer you over to Lobby 2 stream. I'll also throw a link in there to MaXed, who've kindly supported this. If you like your sim racing and all that sort of stuff, just go and give their pages a like. They have put some pretty decent content out in the recent days. I was watching the iRacing stuff earlier. So they're getting themselves involved and supporting sim racing through this lockdown period, so you've got to give them some love for that as well. Yeah, that'll be that. So join us next Thursday at 8 for next week, and thank you very much for tuning in, and see you next time. Bye bye.